Stranger Things just refuses to chill before its grand finale. Over the past couple of weeks, the showrunners have dropped fresh details about Vecna's upgraded powers, revealed the massive production budget, and because subtlety is for cowards, released a full-blown story trailer. So for the next few minutes, let's break down what's happening in Hawkins and how this nostalgic horror fever dream might finally end. Let's start with the trailer because, oh boy, it's packed tighter than Steve Harrington's era in Season 2. It's moody, dramatic, overflowing with scenes that scream final season energy, and the soundtrack, absolutely killer. The biggest difference this time around is simple. This is the end, which means things are about to get emotional, catastrophic, and probably involve someone you like getting absolutely wrecked by the Upside Down. Back in the day, these kids were, well, kids. Now they're grown, traumatized, and the story clearly isn't ending without casualties. Nancy and Dustin are seen crying their eyes out. Not exactly a cheerful find. In one shot, Dustin breaks down in Steve's arms, which definitely screams we just lost someone major. Another scene shows Nancy in the bathroom, washing blood off her hands. Yup, totally fine. Nothing suspicious about that. We won't play the guessing game on who bites the dust, but feel free to drop your wildest theories in the comments. This is the internet after all. Meanwhile, Eleven's been hitting the supernatural gym hard. She's jumping skyscraper high, blasting energy waves across the city, and generally looking like the human version of a Wi-Fi router on overdrive. But power always comes with a price. Back then, her powers caused nosebleeds and fainting spells. Now that level of strength might lead to something way darker. And if Vecna manages to take control of Will's mind again, Eleven might have to face her own friend in battle, a moral dilemma that could break her faster than her old lab memories. While the heroes were still recovering from the chaos of Season 4, Hawkins basically turned into a lockdown military zone. Nobody gets in, nobody gets out. Classic small town meets Cold War panic energy. Naturally, that adds a new layer of drama to the story. The head of the military is played by none other than Linda Hamilton, aka Sarah Connor herself. She's described as a scientist who can drop the nice act faster than you can say Judgment Day. So yeah, she's not just another cardboard villain. She's got motivation, brains, and probably a gun collection that'd make Hopper sweat. One of the biggest question marks right now is Max. The trailer shows she's still unconscious while Lucas fights off demo dogs like it's his new full-time job. She's not waking up anytime soon, which means she might sit this round out. Emotional damage incoming. The trailer also hints at where Vecna has been hiding this whole time. Turns out, he used his creepy childhood house as his evil Airbnb back in Season 4, but now he's upgraded. The trailer opens with a scene in the Hawkins library where Vecna crawls out of the shadows surrounded by a pack of Demogorgons, because one monster isn't dramatic enough apparently. Since he got wrecked in both the Upside Down and the real world last time, moving his operations to the town center actually makes sense. It looks like Vecna's been waiting for the perfect moment to launch a full-scale invasion. The story picks up a year and a half after Season 4, giving Henry plenty of time to cook up whatever nightmare he's planning. Judging by the trailer, he's still connected to Will, who's once again stuck playing the world's most traumatized conduit. There's even a line where Will says Vecna needs his help one last time. That confirms Will's crucial role as a bridge between worlds and hints we'll finally learn more about their mysterious connection. If you remember the first teaser, there were strong hints the 5th season would circle back to the events of Season 1. Some shots even show a kid with a backpack running from Vecna in the Upside Down, but given the cast's current post-puberty and PTSD look, that's clearly a flashback. As a kid, Will spent a ton of time alone in the Upside Down, and the show never really explained how he survived or what exactly happened to him. So yeah, it's about time we get the truth about what links him and Vecna. The Duffer Brothers even confirmed in an interview that the final season will finally answer all the long-standing mysteries, including why Will was taken in the first place. It's the cards on the table moment we've all been waiting for. And get this, the Duffers also said Vecna will return scarier and stronger than ever, with new powers that actually work in the real world. Translation? If you thought he was bad before, buckle up. Vecna's about to turn Hawkins into his personal hellscape. As for why Hawkins, of all places, is still the epicenter of chaos, it's personal. Henry Creel grew up there, got tortured by science experiments, and now he's ready for revenge. He doesn't just want to destroy Hawkins, he wants to make the town feel every ounce of pain it gave him. So yeah, the final battle isn't just about saving the world anymore. It's about Hawkins paying the ultimate price for its sins. Rumor had it that the finale would somehow bring Eddie back from the dead. At least that's what Joseph Quinn, our beloved metalhead himself, teased a while ago. But the Duffer Brothers shut that theory down faster than you can yell, "Chrissy, wake up!" Eddie's gone, folks. Dead. Even if they wanted to resurrect him, Joseph's busy filming Fantastic Four, so dragging him back to Hawkins wasn't an option. So yeah, no surprise cameos this time. Sorry, nostalgia addicts. In one scene, the gang gathers around a table to plan their final battle with Vecna, and eagle-eyed fans spotted something cool: little Dungeons and Dragons figures on the map. Yep, the same ones from season 1, the very night Will disappeared. Those tiny plastic warriors basically started the entire show's mythology. Now it looks like the group's trying to retrace that original D&D game to find a way to beat Vecna once and for all. Pretty poetic, honestly. It ties right back to Will's appearance and makes the story feel like it's coming full circle. Zoom in on Mike's map and you'll spot some neat details. The plan's titled Doomsday, which is comforting. There's a fenced-off library in one corner, the hospital where Max lies in another, and a barn up top, the same one we saw in early teasers. Next to it, tiny props like a van, probably the same one used in the radio waste stunt from the teaser. This setup suggests the heroes will split up across different locations because that always goes well in horror stories. Oddly, Hopper and Eleven aren't in that planning scene, which hints they might go solo into the Upside Down to face Vecna themselves. That would also explain the barn. Maybe it's their entry point into the nightmare. And the trailer's packed with little details like that, all screaming, "You're not ready." Of course, the music choice deserves its own standing ovation. This time, the trailer plays over Queen's immortal anthem, Who Wants to Live Forever. And honestly, could there be a more perfect song for a finale like this? The show's always nailed its 80s soundtracks, but usually with slightly obscure picks. Remember Kate Bush's Running Up That Hill from season 4? That track literally resurrected her career overnight. But now, we're in endgame territory, so Netflix clearly opened the wallet. Getting the rights to Queen isn't cheap, but with the rumored $500 million budget, I think they'll manage. Yeah, you heard that right. $500 million. Even Disney's sitting in the corner like, wait, we thought our shows were expensive. Apparently, Netflix's model this season is go big or Vecna wins. The first 5 minutes of the final season will premiere on November 6th, nearly a month before release. No spoilers expected, just a flex to show how confident Netflix is in their biggest show ever. And speaking of release, this season's rollout is a 3-act event. The first 4 episodes drop on November 26th, followed by 3 more on Christmas Day, and the 2-hour finale hits December 31st, complete with a 350 theater premiere across the US and Canada. Yep, Stranger Things is literally ringing in the new year with Trump. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Hawkins-themed theater setups are already being built. Netflix is clearly going full Avengers mode with this one. But don't worry, this isn't the end of the Stranger Things universe. The Duffers have confirmed a spin-off is in active development. They promised it won't be another shared universe cash grab like Marvel or Star Wars. Instead, expect an anthology of standalone stories set in the same world. Think new characters, same vibe, teenage adventure meets cosmic horror. So yeah, the Stranger Things finale is shaping up to be massive. The Duffer Brothers are closing out their magnum opus with enough style, emotion, and budget to make Netflix's servers cry. And as for how it all ends, we'll start finding out in just a few weeks. Until then, drop your wildest predictions in the comments. Who survives, who doesn't, and whether the Duffers will leave the door open for a 10 years later adult edition reunion.